Welcome to Own It. Welcome to your positive, inspirational, and amazing show, right? Hello. Hi, Emoji J. All right. Hello, everybody. Officially welcome to Own It. Let's go to our official intro. Thank you so much. Hey, big shout out to my admin Emoji J. Thank you, Emoji J. Big shout out for you being here every single week. And hello, my loves. Hello, everyone who is just tuning into the stream. Welcome. I am Cicely, best known as that Cuban girl, and this is Own It. This is my featured show that happens every single Tuesday only and exclusively here on the Meet Me app for you guys. So thank you again for being here. I want to say thank you beforehand to everybody who's showing love, for the hearts, for the comments, for the gifts. Thank you so much. I see you all, and I'm looking at every comment, I'm looking at every single gift, but out of respect for my guests who will be jumping on the box very shortly, I cannot acknowledge every single one of you at the moment, but I see you all and I appreciate you all. I have a couple of announcements before we start with the show. Announcement number one, please remember this is a feature show. So whether you're a guest or you're on the comment box, be respectful of everybody. Refrain from profanity or things that are just negative, because this show is all about positivity. So that's all we want here. And another reminder is please stay until the very end of the show, because a lot of things are going to happen today, okay? And I actually added one thing that is going to be a surprise for all of you guys, and I'm trying it out where there's no risk, there's no reward, right? So the second announcement is I'm going to be having the quote of the day, the tip of the day, and I am also going to be having my two beautiful guests on the box for amazing conversations, right? And the amazing thing that I want to announce right now is stay towards the end of the show, because my very top gifter of the stream is going to become one of my bouncers for the entire week. So if you are supporting the show and you're not a bouncer yet, here's your chance and my thank you for supporting the show, right? So please stay until the very end of the show. I hope I didn't forget anything. Nope, I don't think I did. At the end of the show, both of my guests are going to be joining the box at the same time for, last thoughts and comments. So without further ado, welcome to Own It. This is a feature show. This is my, I believe, third feature episode, and I'm so excited, you guys, because the whole idea and intention with Own It is for me to bring my experience in the entertainment industry to help you, whether you're a streamer or whether you're just a normal person like all of us here, right? And you're going about your daily life and you're on Meet Me for Connection. Well, this is also the show for you. So my intention with the show is to share my tips on in the entertainment industry with you, to teach you, to help you market yourself better, be a better host, and to own your unique personality, your unique experiences, so you and I can own together truly who we are, the things that we like, the things that we don't like about ourselves. It doesn't matter. It makes the whole experience of life just be life and be what it is, right? So that is my intention with Own It, for us together to own it. And hopefully, whether you can relate to me and my story or not, at least you can relate to my beautiful guest stories today. So that is the intention and the idea behind this show. Okay, a little bit about myself. If you're just getting to know me and you came across my stream because we're featured, right? Woo! I want to introduce myself. My name is Cicely. I go by That Cuban Girl on my social media platforms. And I am a former Miss Cuba. I am a model. I've done tons of runway shows, pageants. I am a former Miss California USA contestant, TV host. I have an episode in an upcoming series on PBS coming out next year. And I've been on movie sets. I don't know. I've done a little bit of everything in the last 10 years in Los Angeles. So that's why I love this show so much, because for me to be able to share with all of you who I am, what I've learned, and just all the experiences that make me me, to be able to share it with you and add value to your life, makes me very, very excited and super proud of myself, right? Because it's not about hoarding information, it's about sharing it, and it's about helping others as well. And that, my loves, brings me to today's topic for the show. If you're not aware, with my show here on Own It, every single Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, we are sharing we're sharing tips, and I'm sharing with you guys knowledge, right, that I have acquired. So today's topic, it's always different. So today's topic is how to become more valuable. So that is the topic of the show today, how to become more valuable. So whether you are a streamer, or you want to become more valuable on social media, or you want to become more valuable just in your own personal life, that is what we're going to be talking about today. So welcome to Own It. If you're just tuning in, I'm That Cuban Girl. In a very short amount of time, I'm going to be inviting my guests up in the box, so you cannot miss that. And once again, let me remind you, this is a feature show. Please be respectful of everybody on here. And please stay towards the end of the show, because I'm going to be giving the quote of the day, the tip of the day, and my top streamer of the whole entire stream gets to be a bouncer for the whole week, as long as I'm streaming, which I stream at least 4 times a week, okay? So you get to be a bouncer for the entire week if you're my top supporter today. So without further ado, I am going to please ask my guest of the day to request the box. Please request the box right now. Thank you so much.
Hi.
Oh, how are you, Vampy?
How are you?
I'm doing amazing. Everybody, this is Vampy. She goes by Vampy here to meet me. She's a streamer. I've known you for a couple of months now. You're a beautiful soul, easy to talk to. You're also a Taurus, just like me.
True.
So we have definitely bonded over that, because we both are really into astrology and good vibes and spiritual stuff. We also have different things that are not so much in common, because I know that you're a horror freak.
I am.
And you know what's funny? I used to love horror, but then as my spiritual journey continued and developed, I've had to like stay away from watching things that are like horrific or things like that, because it really affects me. Do you feel like it happens like that to you?
I think it's mostly with paranormal stuff. Like feeling different spirit energy and stuff like that when watching a paranormal movie or so, or like a show. Because I tried watching paranormal shows. No,
I know.
I
I
can
don't do
stand it
those.
sometimes, but not all the time.
I know. I can't deal with those either. I used to really love them when I was younger,
Hmm.
but gosh, now the older I get, I'm like, nope, I'm too sensitive. I can't. Only happy, happy vibes only, happy things. Okay, Vampy. So you've been a streamer on the app for how much? For how long?
Uh, I've been over here for 6 years and streaming probably like I would say about 5, maybe 4, somewhere around there.
So what brought you to meet me specifically? I know we
Okay,
talked about this. I know, but girl, this is a feature show now.
I know. Okay, so what happened was me and my best friend from high school got on here looking for love, and she got her a man, and now they engaged to get married next year. And I didn't find no one, so I just stayed here. It was just at the moment it was just chats only before the live stream ever happened. So I say there's a new feature on the app. So like, okay, so it's live streaming. So I hop into someone's live, chit chatting and whatnot, and see what's going on. So I just stayed and made friends on here, and I'm grateful to be here still.
I know, and that's how I met you as well. Like I know you've made a lot of friends. I met you through a different streamer's stream, and that is one thing that I love about this platform is, you make friends, you connect generally to a lot of people on here, and you feel like you've known them. I have a couple of people right now in the comments chat box that I've never personally met, but they're like part of my streaming family. Like they're like my streaming BFFs, and I love that about this. So, so Vampy, so I know because I know you a little bit now. I know that really, you've had life experiences that have truly like marked you. And I believe that these life experiences, just with everybody, right? Like all of our life experiences really makes us who we are, and it helps us in our growing process, in our own like journeys. Tell me a little bit about that life experience that we talked about before, and how that really shaped you, and how that is connected to like your streams today.
Okay, so starting out when I was in high school, I used to get bullied a lot, and and it hurts me sometimes. It make me scared to talk in front of people or meet people in persons and as well. So it's like I'm scared of getting bullied, and it's kind of traumatized me. Still throughout today, it still traumatized me, and like that's why I was up to myself, But I try to branch out to people, like talk to them, but I get nervous every time I do it. So it's like I'm like scared to be judged again.
And do you feel like the streaming family here, like, do you feel like they're more accepting maybe than the outside world?
Oh yeah, definitely very more accepting. I met a lot of great people in here. They some I talk to every day, some I talk to on streams, chilling their lives and stuff like that. So yeah, it's very much different online than it is on the outside world.
I love that. Yeah, and that has been my experience as well. Even though today's stream is not all about like, oh, streaming on Mimi, it's how we can become more valuable, right? But I think it's really important to talk about these topics because I have said it here 1,000 times on my show. What makes us valuable is our life experiences.
Hmm.
We all have a story. We all have something that makes us different and unique. And whether you're a streamer or you're behind the camera just trying to build connections, you have your own story. And that's why I love talking to you, to my guests every week on here, because I believe that we're very, very different, all of us, but we have something that right now we have in common, which is we're all streamers on the app, right? My guest and I. And I think that's something very beautiful. Coming from the entertainment industry, I can tell you that there are not a lot of platforms that allow you to be the star of your own show, or to be like the main character in your movie, right? Because there's so many stereotypes out there. And I love that about here.
Hmm.
So, Vampy, in your own experience, like, how do you think you have become more valuable in like your everyday life?
Um, since I've been on here and also like doing my things outside of real life, like getting into involving wrestling stuff like that, it makes me more stronger. I feel more stronger now. I'm into wrestling and stuff like that, and not worried about being judged about the family community we have in the wrestling community, because like everybody in your town comes to see you at wrestling, so it's like, but it's built my confidence a little bit more often now since I could do that and perform in front of people, meet and greet people outside like for wrestling and stuff like that. So I really love that. And then get on here, meeting new people, talking to them, having conversations with them, open up more with them, like on here and stuff like that. So it's changes a lot.
And sports definitely brings people together. There's a commercial going around that I've seen 1,000 times this week. I don't know who it is, I forget, but it's like, oh, sports is a place where everybody has a seat or something like that. And like, I relate to that. I'm a ring girl for boxing. And oh my gosh, the amount of love and energy and people just, even when people don't know the boxers, the fighters, right? Like, they'll come together. Like, sports is it's a very wonderful thing that I have discovered. I didn't grow up loving sports when I was little,
Mhm.
which I wish I would have, kind of been more into sports. But I love that you are. I love that you're wrestling. Do you feel like wrestling as a woman is like, how do you feel like that's different than wrestling as a man?
To me, it's like, I don't know, it's like seeing. I'm not comfortable like dressing like half clothed on, and like so I have this full ring attire sometimes, and then the person I'm wrestling against don't have the whole, not covered up whatnot. It's kind of intimidating, not gonna lie. Having everyone in your town watching you, and it's like,
And you're fighting, right? Because that's ultimately
yeah,
what you're doing. You're like fighting. It's not like you're doing something pretty. You're just like fighting.
right,
And
and making these weird faces.
I love that. Are you currently like, as a streamer on here, do you feel like part of your streaming persona or brands, do you implement the wrestling part of yourself in it?
Sometimes I do like have conversations about wrestling, like recently I was on my live stream. I was talking about how my friend, that's also a wrestler as well. He's doing a show called Young Rock with Dwayne Rock Johnson in it, and I try to evolve wrestling into my streams too. Whenever we had conversations, I'm not sure who like wrestling or not, because I love wrestling myself, and obviously because I've been doing it since I was in high school. I started out setting up rings and going to train to be a wrestler. So, but yeah, I try to put it in my everyday streaming. Sometimes I have the wrestling conversation. Who's your favorite wrestler or whatnot?
I love that. And quickly, let me just do a quick pause because I'm seeing in the chat, in the comment box, a lot of beautiful people tuning in right now. Thank you so much for being on the stream right now. Thank you so much for taking the time of your day to click on this live video and just listen to our conversation. If you're new on my stream, hello, my name is Cicely. I go by that Cuban girl, and this is your featured show that happens every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. It's called Own It. And my intention with the show is to combine my experience in the entertainment industry and interview my guests, right? Like, I have two beautiful guests every single Tuesday. We share experiences, we share our struggles as streamers, and in the hopes that these conversations, if you don't relate to me and who I am and my experience or what I do, at least you can relate to my guests. And I just want to share positivity, inspiration, help you become the best version of yourself. It doesn't matter who you are. And we do this by owning who you are and the uniqueness of your own persona and your journey, right? So welcome to Own It. Welcome to this beautiful platform. Make sure you give my guests favorites. Make sure that you stay up to date with their streams. Make sure that you are respectful, and make sure you stay until the end of the show, because I'm going to be giving you the quote of the day, the tip of the day, and I am going to be making my top gifter of the stream today bouncer for the whole entire week. Okay, you guys? So thank you so much for being here. I see all the love and support. So Vampy's a streamer. She's been streaming. She's been on the app for about 6 years. And now she's transitions from being on the app to streaming. And we're talking about her struggles and her life story. I know she's gone through a lot of experiences that you could probably label as bad or hard or difficult, but I know, because we've talked about that, they've really shaped you into the person that you are today.
Yes.
So, if do you have one takeaway from those experiences that we've talked about? You talked about the bullying, I know there's something else that happened to you as well that has really shaped you. Do you feel like, what is like the biggest takeaway that you've taken from that?
Mm, the biggest takeaway, pretty much just learning to build myself up throughout all the traumas and stuff like that, and I'm overcoming it and everything. So it's like it's a process. It's like a process. You step one step at a day, like once at a time, to get to where you are, to climb up to your better self. And it took me a while, not gonna lie, to get to where I am now because all the trauma that I had throughout the years with it.
What do you think that made the difference for you today? What has really helped you that you feel like can help somebody else if they're listening to you?
Um, yeah, it's like don't let no one bring you down. Don't let no one destroy your shine that you have. Like everyone is a light somewhere in their life, and they can make an impact on someone else, like who's watching or whatever, or outside their life or whatever. And yeah, keep your head up.
Yeah, and for me, this has been the main reason, and yeah, the main reason why I wanted to do this show and create this show, because I've realized, even being in entertainment
Mhm.
for a long time, I've realized that we all have a story and we all have a journey. And going back to today's topic, which is how to become more valuable, my number one tip, this is like a bonus tip before the tip, right? Is you already are valuable, because your entire life has been made up of growth and experiences and things that you can literally hone in and take in and share it with somebody else. And I don't want to like expand too much on that, because that's going to be the tip of the day in a little bit, but I have something very, very awesome to share with you that had, when I heard it, I was like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense, so stay till the end for that. um so Vampy, do you have anything that, for somebody, because I know you're from a small town, right? We're not going to say where. Um, for somebody that's listening to you that is from a small town, for example, and like they think that, oh, I could never put myself on camera, or I don't have friends, or like I could never do what you do, what would you advise that person?
Believe that you could do anything, no matter where you're from, or what race you are, or what country you're in. Always believe in yourself and push yourself to do harder or do better. Never give up of who you wanted to be, because like you could come from a small town and then you be big on this app or something like that, or big like doing movies or whatever. Because like everyone comes from a small town and they become greater.
I love that. Everyone comes from a small town. Me too, girl. I was born and raised in Cuba, in Havana, Cuba. It's the capital, but it's a very small town, a very small island. We grew up in Cuba and then moved here when I was 14, and I had to like start over when I was 14. I mean, even though it sounds like you're very young here, like when you grew up in a third world country, 14 feels like you're going on 20, because you have your everyday, it's like you're trying to survive. You're trying to figure out where you're going to get your next meal. That's the life. So we all come from a small town. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Very profound. Thank you, Vampy. I am going to let you go for now, but stay, because if you have time, we're going to be bringing you back with my second guest at the end of the show, okay? Thank you, my love. And hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am so grateful that you're here. I am so grateful that you've taken time out of your day to click on my live stream and listen to me and my beautiful, wonderful guest of the day. This is that Cuban girl. You can connect with me on other social media platforms. Click on my Instagram, on my Meet Me profile. And I do my best all the time to DM everybody back and connect with everybody, because that's my main goal on here. So thank you and welcome. Thank you for tuning in. This is Own It. This is Own It, your weekly featured show that happens every single Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So my intention with Own It is to use my experience in entertainment that I've acquired for the last 10 plus years and help you, give you tips on how to build up your confidence, how to market yourself better, how to brand yourself better, how to be a better human being, and how to become ultimately the best version of yourself. So we do that by owning who we are. We're not perfect, we're human. But at the end of the day, as long as we're aware and we own it, we completely own it. Listen, I'm not perfect. Listen, I messed up. Listen, I don't know how to do this, but I'm going to learn. It is all about owning who we are. And this is what this whole show is all about. So thank you for being here. If you don't know me, please hit me with a favorite and hit all of my guests for today with a favorite as well, because they deserve it. They're amazing people, amazing streamers. And couple of reminders, this is a feature show, so please show respect to everybody. I am also going to be giving you the quote of the day very shortly before I welcome my next guest for the day. And yeah, so I'm going to be giving you the quote of the day. Then stay until the end of the show because I'm going to be giving you the tip of the day, which is something that truly blew my mind and made me go like, wow, oh my gosh, I needed to hear this when I heard it, when I was going through a difficult time where I doubted myself. So stay for the tip of the day and a surprise that I am trying out for the show, and hopefully, I can continue to do it. My top supporter of the day, just for me saying thank you to you for supporting my stream. You are going to be my bancer for the entire week starting today. So whoever is my top gifter supporter, I am going to make you my bancer for the whole entire week. I see you all. I see all the comments. I see all the love, the support, the gifts. I appreciate you all. And out of respect of my guests, I cannot acknowledge every single one of you, but I see you and I appreciate you all. So with that said, I'm going to be sharing right now the quote of the day, which is something that really resonates with me right now in the stage of my life that I'm at right now, where I'm implementing a lot of healthy tips, healthy habits, to be the best version of myself I can be every day, and to share that with you. Okay, so I want you to listen to this. This is a quote by Tony Robbins, and I keep sharing Tony Robbins because he's one of my favorite mentors. I am taking currently I'm taking a seminar with him, and it's amazing. And I feel like these are things that people pay money to listen to, and I just want to share it with you guys so you guys can also have access to that. Okay, so the quote of the day says, "The secret of wealth is simple. Find a way to do more for others than anyone else does. Become more valuable. Do more, give more, be more, share more, and you will have the opportunity to earn more." Tony Robbins. So I'm going to repeat it really quickly. The quote of the day is, "The secret of wealth is simple. Find a way to do more for others than anyone else does. Become more valuable. Do more, give more, be more, share more, and you will have the opportunity to earn more." A lot of times we tend to hoard things, and we get tips, and coming from entertainment, I can tell you firsthand, there's a lot of competition, and a lot of people, not all of them, but a lot of people tend to not share things out of being afraid of not having enough wealth or success for everyone. So people tend to be a little more catty, a little more reserved with that kind of knowledge and information and tips. And one of the things that I'm truly implementing in my life lately is, when you share more and when you become more valuable by sharing more to others, you become more wealthy. And that doesn't necessarily always means wealthy monetarily, right? Even though it does transition most of the time, it means becoming more wealthy also in the way you think, your spirituality, the way you go about life, the way you interact with your friends, your family, your relationships. So I truly thought that was a very awesome quote to share with you guys. And welcome to Own It. If you're just tuning into the stream, thank you, and welcome to Own It, which is one of your newest feature shows that happens here now every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time with your host, aka me, that Cuban girl. Make sure you connect with me on Instagram and all other social media platforms. And thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all the love and all the support. So, without further ado, would like to ask my next guest to please request the box. Nick, please request the box. Hopefully he's still here. There we go. Oh, that is not him. Let me see. Where's my next guest? Please request the box. All right, DJ, your boy in the house.
Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing?
Hello. We're
Go
doing
this way. There we
okay.
go.
How are you?
Doing fantastic. Thank you very much. I just need to adjust my camera just a little bit here. Give me 1 second.
No problem. It is a live show, so things happen. That's okay. I like to have my guests in the big screen because when I'm talking to you guys, it's all about you.
Oh, I went the wrong way.
If you're just tuning in, this is Own It. Thank you so much for being here. I am your host, that Cuban girl. And in my show, Own It, I talk to two of my guests every single week, and we talk about how to become the best versions of ourselves.
There we go.
You're good now. That's perfect. How are you? It's so nice to meet you.
Thank you for having me on the show. I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm so excited to have you on the show. I truly appreciate your time. Please, everybody, make sure you favorite my guests and you give them love. They are always amazing people that I get to have on my stream. So I see you. First of all, why DJ Ya Boy? Explain to us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. So your boy goes back to some of my buddies who I golf with. One of my buddies, whose name is Peach, will constantly go, "Oh, your boy's about to knock this putt in. Your boy's about to chip this in from 12 feet away." We're just constantly saying, "Your boy this, your boy that." And one day I'm just sitting there trying to think of a fun name for like my DJ name, and I was like, "Oh, what would your boy do?" And I was like, "Wait a minute, that's it, your boy. That's it." And it was like
I
an
love
aha moment.
I love that. That's the same. That's the same. Like very similar to what happened to my name, that Cuban girl. That's a story for another day. But I can totally relate to that. So I see you. I see you. First of all, I know your real name. Can I call you by that, or do you want to just be called DJ?
I'm.
Yeah.
You could absolutely call me Nick. It's fine. I'm still kind of getting used to it on this app. People call me by my first name. But it's absolutely fine.
Okay. Well, Nick, aka DJ Yeah Boy. I love that. I love that. I see you with the wrestling belts, right? Is that what
Oh
those
yeah.
are?
Well, these have a little bit of these have a story behind them. I am a two-time DJ champion in Top Badge Lexi's live, and so I one night got a little boozed up and accidentally bought these, and now they're here.
I love that. I love that. That's amazing. I love the whole setup. So I take it you're a streamer on here pretty regularly, right?
Yes, almost daily.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about how that started and why you decided to stream.
I originally started a podcast on YouTube called the Nick Haling Podcast, TNHP. But so as that was going on, I was looking for ways to get my get a bigger audience. And so as I was going through different outlets and things, I kind of stumbled upon this app, Meet Me. And I was sitting here going, well, what is this? And I started, looking at a couple people, live streaming, and I was like, oh, it was like very similar to Twitch, in my opinion, at the time. The idea that you didn't have to really upload anything to the internet as opposed to just being able to just go live and express yourself in a platform. Basically, like you said before, you have your own show. And so I slowly started transitioning from my podcast to this, and I started gaining a bigger following on this, and I was getting less guests on my podcast. And so it kind of just slow rolled into me becoming the streamer that you see today.
I love that. No, I love that. And that's something that's it's very interesting. So I talk about it here all the time where I feel the same way. You know, it's something for me, you feel like you actually have the time to connect more with people, I feel like, than if you were like on other platforms or like if you're curating your content, you know, like there's no curation of content, which I love. So Nick, in today's topic of the show, I wanted to talk a little bit about how to become more valuable because I basically want to let everybody know, and I want everybody who ends up tuning into the show every week to know that we already are valuable the way we are because of our stories and everything we've been through. So particularly for you, what is something that you consider that makes you more valuable? And I don't want you to be modest. I want you to be honest. You know, what is that one thing that helps you with, you know, in your streaming or in your personal life that you think it's unique and different about you?
To be completely honest, I think it's confidence. I was a former athlete. I played college lacrosse. I got drafted to play professional lacrosse. Unfortunately, I blew my knee out the first day of practice, so I was unable to play professionally. I played international lacrosse for the Greek national team. I've coached kids who have never played before and turned them into five-star recruit athletes that go to getting full scholarships at different colleges. I think it's just the idea that if I think that I can put myself, if I can put my heart and myself into anything, I have this confidence that I can do it. And I think it's just, I just have to be able to push myself harder every time to be able to do what I want. And, you know, being able to be a funny kind of guy that I am doesn't really help or doesn't hurt having this situation.
Like your hat right now saying shots. I love it.
And this is a golf hat, actually. Funny thing.
Oh, I
Like, this is
love
golf
it.
shots.
Oh, look at that. No, and you know, confidence is something that I love talking about with people with younger generations, or even here on the show, or even in my other platforms, because confidence is something that truly shapes you or breaks you. You know, and it's not necessarily if you're on a stream or on TV. It's not about that, but like even in your personal life. So I love that you're touching on the fact that what makes you different and unique is your confidence. I love that. Do you think, Nick, that, you know, your experiencing with sports has led you to be in a better like social media personality per se?
Yes, I do actually. I think because the idea of in sports, you know, it's very regimented. You know, you go to practice, you run your drills, you play your game, rinse, wash, repeat. I think having that structure when I first started off was made it easy for me. Like, all right, hey, like this was like game day. Every like for example, just the same way I would prep for a game when I was back in college, I prep for this show just like that. I have the same mindset where I get myself into what I like to call like the zone, and I want to be able to give my best performance possible, no matter what I'm doing. And so, whether it's going on a show like this, whether it's mixing music, whether it's playing in a game, I mean, I want to make sure that I'm bringing 100% of what I have every single time.
I totally can relate to that because even when it comes to streaming or social media, and you know, I have friends here that know because I've shared this with them before. If I don't feel 100% myself, I don't stream and I don't. You know, the feature show is a little different because it's a commitment. You know, like
Mm.
when you have a commitment, like you have to follow through, right? But if it's something where in my daily streams, even though I do try to stream daily, if I'm feeling sick or if I'm feeling down, unless I voice to everybody, hey, I don't feel my best, but you guys make me feel better every time I stream. I've done that as well. But if I genuinely don't feel like it, or if I just feel like I need to take that energy back and really just focus on me, I like to give my best in everything I do. I do my best to do that. And if I feel like I'm not gonna do that, then I just rather take a break and not do it, right? So I love that you're saying that too.
Well, there's a quote I've always heard. There's a quote from this show, Parks and Recreation. I don't know if you're familiar with it,
Yes.
where Ron Swanson says, and can I say the A word? Can I say ASS?
No.
No, I cannot say that. Well, never half A word anything, whole A word everything.
I love that. Yeah, never have a anything. I love that. I love that so much. You guys, thank you so much for tuning into my stream. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new on my stream, my name is Cicely. I go by that Cuban girl, and this is my feature show, Own It, that happens every single Tuesday here at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I love that you're here. I thank you for your support, your love. Please make sure you give my guests support and love as well, and you check out their streams later on and you favorite them and all that good stuff. In my show, Own It, we talk about confidence, marketing, branding yourself, and how to become ultimately the best version of yourself by owning who you truly are and the uniqueness of your being. Today's show's topic is how to become more valuable. And I am now talking to my second guest, DJ Yup Boy, who's also a streamer on here, on how his life experiences and everything he's going through has helped him be more valuable on the streams, right? Quick last reminder, I am going to be doing something I haven't done before. To my number one gifter supporter today, I'm going to be making you a bouncer for my streams for the entire week. And I can only do that if you're still on the stream until the very end of the show. So make sure to stick around, okay? Nick. Woo, I love that. I need to get me one of those for me.
I had to. I'm sorry.
No, I love that. Thank you so much. So Nick, when it comes to becoming more valuable, like for example, I just to give people a couple of tips, like what I'm seeing in your background, right? Like your setup, the way that your brand ultimately is branding and marketing yourself, right? Like I'm sure that's similar.
Yes.
Is the same thing, is the same background that you use for your streams, correct? More or less.
Yes, exactly. This is what we call it. We call it the studio.
Right. And you being a DJ is very important for everybody out there to know to use your own, like the one of the ways that you become valuable is to use your own whatever whoever you are and you have going on to expand it, right? To like for example, Nick is a DJ, so he has the lights and he has things that that people can recognize him as. He has the fun shades and he has the shots hat, like he's a DJ. So it goes with his branding and his marketing. And that's one way that we can do that and also become more valuable and also help other people as well become more valuable.
No, I 100% agree with that as well. Where you have to just market yourself. Be if you're good at something, if you're funny, use that to your advantage. Use your humor in your lives or in your streaming. If you're good at playing music, use that. Use what you're good at. Work an angle towards what you want to do, as opposed to what you think people want you to.
So what is one thing, DJ Yabo, that people tell you on your streams that they love about you and your streams?
I think it's the energy. I try to bring a very high energy, very positive vibe. We don't really talk a lot of smack to anybody. I mean, we'll give it back if it's dished out, but we're not really about that. I think I just try to bring a very positive, happy vibe. A lot of people on this app seem to resonate towards that.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I love that. I can definitely relate to that as well. I love that DJ. DJ, have you had, because I do like to get a little deep with my guests as long as you guys allow me to, right? Have you had anything really impactful that has happened to you in the last few years that has truly, truly, truly shaped who you are and something that you can share with people so they can take it in and really, help them become better themselves?
Um, in the past few years, let's see. Well, I've decided. Well, actually, I can tell you in the past few weeks, I've actually made a commitment now in my life to try to become an official online like entertainer, streamer, DJ, Twitch, podcasting, everything. So I'm going to be completely honest. I am scared stiff about doing this because I don't know what's going to happen, but I am confident. And so I think, this is the big thing that's happening in my life right now. I mean, I've never, ever in the past 3 weeks, I've never done featured shows before until the last 3 weeks. I'm trying to take the full step to go into the direction to become somebody that people want to come hang out with and like and listen and, be somebody who I can put smiles on people's face.
I love that. And thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. When people come on your live streams, Nick, what can they expect? I guess good music, right? Like, why do they come on your streams?
Let's see. There's a couple different reasons. I would say the music is definitely one of them. People definitely enjoy the music. I mean, we're always drinking ice cold PBRs over here. So, if you ever want to enjoy and having a beer with us, you can always just crack one of these bad boys up with us and have a good time. We're fun. We do a lot of battles. We do, I'm trying to be a multifaceted person on my lives. I don't try to stick to one thing during the lives. Like, oh, this live's only going to be music, or this live's only going to be, battles. I like to switch it up. I like to be, so I guess what you would expect is the unexpected.
I love that. The unexpected, right? When we choose to do things like this, I think we're very special and different people that choose to have faith towards something and work hard and show up. And that takes a lot of courage. And I love that you talk all about confidence, and I love that you're just saying it's scary, it's unknown, but I'm still gonna do it, and I'm still going to show up and be on feature shows. And I so appreciate you for that, and I can definitely relate to that energy. And I'm sure a lot of people in the comments, drop a one in the comments if you can relate to anything that Nick has talked about today, you guys. Nick, do you want to plug in your show? Do you want to? I'm going to be bringing you back in a little bit, but please do plug in.
Well, let's see. I started my own show on this app as well. It's called Last Week in Sports. It's every Monday, 12 Eastern, 9 a.m. Western. It's just a recap of all the sports that I feel like talking about from the week before, and then the after show. It's you roll a dice, ask a question, and I take the questions after.
I love that. I love that. Emoji says I do.
And shout out to Emoji J. He did do the flyer.
Amazing. Yeah, shout out to Emoji J for being a great admin. Thank you so much, Nick. I loved talking to you for a little bit. I am going to let you go, but I'm going to be bringing you back with Vampy at the end of the show, okay?
Okay.
Thank you so
Sounds
much.
good. Thank you very much.
No worries. Okay, you guys. Hello, 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 everybody. If you're just tuning in, I am very grateful that you're here. My name is Cicely. I go by that Cuban girl, and this is my featured show, Own It, that happens here exclusively on the Meet Me app every single Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. In my show, Own It, we talk about confidence, branding myself, marketing yourself, and ultimately how to become a better version of yourself. I have two beautiful, amazing guests that I talk with every single week, different guests. And hopefully, if you can't relate to me and my experience in the entertainment industry, at least you can relate to my guests. And that is my intention and my hope with this show. All positivity, good vibes, and hopefully you can walk out of here and after this hour and feel a little bit better, a little bit more uplifted, and also with a couple more ideas, right? Like if you're a streamer, hopefully you have more ideas on how to brand market, and how to be a better host, right? And if you're not a streamer, that's okay too, because confidence doesn't need to be shown publicly, right? You can be confident in all areas of your life. So thank you so much for being here. A couple of announcements, right? I see you all. I see all the comments and the gifts and the love, and I appreciate it all. And out of respect to my guests, I cannot acknowledge you personally every single time, but please make sure to stay until the end of the show, because I will be doing something I haven't done before, which is my number one gifter supporter of the stream is going to get nominated, or I don't know the word, but you're going to be my bouncer for the whole week. Every single time I stream from here to next Tuesday, you're going to be one of my bouncers. So that is my gift to you, my thankfulness and appreciation for showing up and being here. And without further ado, I am going to be giving you the tip of the day, because in today's tip of the day, right? Today's topic of the show is all about how to become more valuable. So one of the things that I love that I've learned in the last year or so, it took me a long time, you guys, even though I have a lot of experience in front of the cameras or whatever. I was never like a big social media influencer. I'm still not. I'm still like learning how to authentically share my knowledge and authentically share who I am with everybody. And that is not always easy. We go through like, self-doubt and limiting beliefs and negative talk, and we all go through that. It doesn't matter how pretty you are, how experienced you are, everybody goes through this, right? So I thought that my tip of the day today will be something that has truly helped me in my entire quest for being the best version of myself so I can also share it with all of you guys and everybody on my other social media platforms, right? And here it is. The tip is the person you are speaking to is who you were 10 years ago. The person you are speaking to is who you were 10 years ago. When I can't even remember where I heard this from, but when I heard this, it really, it was like click on my mind, you know, because a lot of times when I was trying to show up on my Instagram or any other social media, I would a lot of times doubt myself and ask myself, but why do I have to add to people? Like, what value am I bringing to people? I have nothing. Like, I'm not a Victoria's Secret model. I haven't, like, I've done a whole bunch of runways and things, but you know, I'm no Miss Universe. I am not a big celebrity or a celebrity, you know. So I had a lot of negative talk and self-doubt in my own personal life, and I had to really, when I heard this, it really made a click in my brain. I was like, wow, there is somebody out there who right now is going through the things I went through 10 years ago. So for me, for example, it's like, okay, so I might not be a celebrity, I may not be a Victoria's Secret model, but I have so much experience that I could share with somebody who is now going through the things I went through. When 10 years ago, when I was younger, oh my gosh, I wish I would have somebody to guide me, to share with me the things that I've gone through in the last even 5 years, you know, the knowledge that I've acquired. And now we live in an era where, you know, we're blessed to have YouTube or platforms like this one where we can actually connect people and ask people in real time questions. And, you know, even with this show, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me on Instagram. This is a blessing and an amazing tool that we're given right now. And so when I heard this, you know, the person you're speaking to is the person you were 10 years ago, is you. You are speaking to yourself in the position that you were 10 years ago. What is it that you wish somebody would have told you 10 years ago? It doesn't matter if you're not a streamer, let's just say in love, in relationships. What have you learned that you want to share? And maybe you feel like, oh my gosh, I have no knowledge in this. I am not like, I don't have a diploma on psychology. Like, why, who am I to share things with people? But I'm here to tell you, you're valuable, and the value that you bring is your own experiences. The things that you have gone through in your entire life makes you valuable, and you have to own it. And the second you own these things and these experiences and these journeys that you've been on, that's the minute that somebody else is going to authentically relate to you, connect with you, and be like, oh my gosh, this girl literally went through what I just went through. Let me listen to her, and what does she have to say? Or this man, oh my God, he's so amazing. He's, you know, he's sharing with me knowledge that I wish I knew. So I thought that tip of the day was very important because it truly has made a difference in my life personally, and the way that I've been showing up in the last year, in the last 6 months. You know, the way that I wake up every day now and I'm like, okay, what kind of value can I add to all of you guys that can actually help somebody? And that's why I wanted to have this feature show in the first place and connect authentically with all of you guys. So if you stick around till the end, I'm going to be giving you a bonus tip, and I'm also going to be announcing who gets to be bouncer of my stream for the entire week until next Tuesday. Thank you so much to everybody who has tuned in. If you're just tuning in, welcome. This is Own It, hosted by your girl, that Cuban girl. You can connect with me on any social media platform. Click on my Instagram, on my Meet Me profile, and we're not leaving yet, okay? We have a few more minutes. I'm going to be bringing back my two guests for final thoughts, final conversations, and at the very end of that conversation, I am going to be announcing my top supporter of the day who gets to be bouncer, okay? So Vampy's here. DJ, can you please request the bucks? Hi, Vampy.
Hi.
Enjoying the show. Tell me, do you have anything you want to add to anything we've talked about?
Nothing really, but I really did enjoy the show. Made the show as always. I love coming here and enjoying the energy in here and the good vibes. So
Thank you, Vampy. I love having you here. Vampy was one of my guests before the show was featured. She actually supported me by wanting to be my guest before we did the feature show. And now that the show is featured, I'm so excited and happy to have you back. I love giving back to the people that support me from day one. So I know that this is also important for you guys to be on a future show. So let me see. I can't see him. Can you see
It's
him?
early for him.
Let me
It's
drink my
early.
water.
He might have to exit out and come back in.
Okay, he says, let me re-request. All right, gotcha.
I thought there's some water right here on the side. I do have some
Gotcha,
water.
gotcha. All right, so while we wait for DJ to re-request, Bampi, plug in your show, plug in everything you got going on the app.
Well, so far, Naza knows if I got anything booked for the rest of the week, but I don't have a regular streaming schedule, so I just stream at random times, mostly at night. I am an admin for free shows like Beyond Magic, Native Tune on Tuesdays. Um, that's it. We made with Emerald Empress as well. So that's pretty much it.
I love that. Let me tell you, Vampy is an amazing person to connect with because she's always, even when she's not streaming, she's always on other streamers' streams and she's always supporting. If she likes you, if she connects with you, she's like a ride or die on your stream. So make sure you favorite her and connect with her.
There we go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. Oh, I love this angle actually. That looks so good.
Really cool.
There we go.
I love that.
Maybe this is for you, by the way. Just letting you know this was for you.
Thank you.
That's amazing. So you guys both share like a love for sports, right? Which is really cool to know. Like Bam, you're a wrestler, and also you told me earlier that you like skating, right?
I love roller skating.
So I love that you and Nick have that in common, the whole sports in common. And I do too. I'm a ring girl, but I don't play sports, you guys.
No, but you're right there watching the action. You know, it's not like
Yeah.
you're watching live sports more than either of us are, and we're both huge sports fans.
Oh, and
Right.
I'm a huge UFC fan, let me tell you. Even if I'm not in the ring, like as a ring girl, I am watching UFC every single Saturday.
See, that's awesome. That's what I like to hear right there.
I love that. Yeah, Nick, if you ever need somebody to come talk UFC, please, I'll be your guest.
Oh, please! On last week in sports, I'm looking for guests always to come on to talk and do any analysis that they have. I would love to have you as a guest.
I can only speak UFC though.
That's fine. What we'll do, we will literally do a full UFC segment. We will do a 10 to 15 minute devoted UFC segment if you want to come on every week.
I'm like, yeah, don't ask me about football, don't ask me about baseball because I would not know. But yeah.
No, we'll call it Ringside with the Ring Girl, and we'll get your 2 cents on everything.
Hey, I love that. That's a great name. I love that.
That'll be a part of the segment of the show. Let's go. Let's go.
No. I love that. Well, thank you guys for just being here, for being on my stream, for taking the time to do the show, to share your energy and your knowledge and to help everybody. Ultimately, I believe, even if we don't know it right now, I believe that we're helping somebody right now on the stream. And hopefully somebody can connect with all of us and relate to our stories and what we've been through. And I highly encourage you guys watching to please go and tune into Vampy's and DJ Yaboy's streams. Go favor them, go show love and support. I know I'm definitely gonna be doing that. I don't know, Vampy, it says I didn't have your favorite. That's so weird. That's so weird.
Yeah, I was like streaming like yesterday and the night before for like maybe it's like 6 hours each.
Oh, Vampy, before we go, I want to show you something now about the wrestling thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a wrestler in high school. I actually took third in the state of California in wrestling. It's my bronze medal.
Let's go. Let's go.
Wow. Look at that. You're gonna have to have Vampy as a guest to talk about wrestling then.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Oh,
I might just do a whole nother show about professional wrestling with Vampy. We might just call it Thursday Night SmackDown.
Oh yes. Yes, good name.
He's coming out with all the cool names right now. I love that.
I told you, I'm all in, guys. I'm all in on this now. So this is my job now. I'm literally all in. I gave myself about 11 months of runway to do this, and we're going to see what happens.
I love that. I'm going to support you as much as I can. So thank you, Nick.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Well, you guys, any final thoughts? Plug in your shows, anything you got going on? Final thoughts. Go ahead.
Ladies first.
I'm glad to be on here again. So such a good vibe here, and I love doing the show. Thank you for inviting me again.
Of Of course.
I have Last Week in Sports on Monday. Other than that, I stream basically every day. If you guys ever need a box DJ for any parties you're doing, box parties, anything like that, just let me know. I love playing. I don't really charge anything right now. I might start changing that. I'm sorry about it. If I do, I'm so sorry. But I do bring a lot of energy and a lot of good vibes.
I love that. We love the good vibes. Well, thank you both for being my guests on this week's Own It episode. I'm very grateful. I'm always really honored to meet the new streamers that I get to meet. So thank you so much for being here. For all of you guys watching, thank you for being here. And no, I did not forget. We are about to do Who is my top gifter supporter of the whole stream, because you, whoever you are, I'm going to see right now, get to be my bouncer until next Tuesday. So I don't have a drum roll, but
Oh, I don't have that button either. I wouldn't do it if I had it.
let's go.
Dang it.
Let me see. Let me
Legend
do the
again?
first time I do this. Okay. So this is what we're gonna do. Okay. So my first. Okay. So credit where credit is due. I don't know if he's still here, but my number one gifter of the day.
Oh, I do
today.
have a drum roll. When you want it, I'm ready. I got it.
Do it.
Okay, here we go.
I love that. Thank you. Is Mr. Legend. Woo, 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 woo. However,
Sorry, I just switched to my AirPods because the other phone wasn't working, so it's not as dramatic. I apologize.
it's okay. So Legend is my top gifter of the stream. He's already a bouncer on my stream. So this is what we're gonna do, okay? This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you a bonus because I'm feeling kind. Let's do a bonus. So because Legend is already my bouncer, I'm going to be giving Legend one spot to give to somebody he chooses, whenever he chooses, right? So he gets to give the bouncer on my stream to somebody.
Let's give out one of these.
But what I'm going to do to say thank you for the love and the support is I'm going to actually give the bouncer to my number 2 streamer for the next 3 days. So KB Bullish, are you still here? You are my number 2 supporter of the. Hopefully, KB, that person has to be here so I can quickly make them bouncer. If they're not here, I cannot do it. So KB, if you're still here, you have earned bouncer for the next 3 days in my stream. Anyways, let me wait a few minutes, but thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Everybody who's still on my show, please go show love and support to my beautiful guest. Thank you. And you guys, this is Own It. This happens every single Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern time, where I help you through my knowledge and entertainment, give you tips on how to brand yourself, market yourself, and we have very meaningful conversations with my guests, okay? So thank you for being here. KB didn't show up. If I see them later, I will honor the bouncer for them. But thank you guys for being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'll see you next Tuesday.
All right.